Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the B-Roll Podcast. I'm Tommy Stanton.
And I am Dutch Kent from DK Films.
And I am Blake Morgan from
Blake
WABC.
WABC,
Yeah,
baby.
Blake.
I probably should have said that too, but... All right. Second episode. How we feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I've been looking forward to the episode all week, as you guys know. Dude, for the audience, Tommy and I have been trying to, record this episode since Monday, even though we're not supposed to. We're supposed to do it every Sunday, but we've been, so anxious to record this shit.
Mm-hmm. It'll definitely be this way for a while.
Yeah.
Look, I was busy. All right, I'm sorry if I
Hey,
was
it's okay. Tuesday and Wednesday couldn't work out for me, so...
I mean, Blake, next time you need to drop everything in your life to record this podcast.
Fair.
I will walk straight out of the building next time. The second you guys want to do it.
Good. That's the kind of dedication we need on the B-Roll podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why are you even here?
In the middle of the night when there's kids everywhere and the building's unprotected, I will walk right out if you please.
Sorry, guys. I got to review Blue Velvet on the B-Roll podcast.
Oh, that is so good. All right.
Well, speaking of Blue Velvet, that's the rec for this week, which I recommended. So I'll try to give some background to it, et cetera, et cetera. I want to start with saying that when I first watched this movie, a couple of years ago, I did not like it, which is shocking because it's one of my favorite movies ever. But I don't know. Maybe I was in a bad mood or something. But some background here. David Lynch is one of my favorite directors. I've seen pretty much all of his films. I adore him. And Blue Velvet is one of his more accessible films, believe it or not. It's a little easier to get into than some of his later films like Mulholland Drive. But I love this movie, and there are so many levels at which to love this movie, but I have a lot of history about this movie memorized and in bullet points. And later on, I just want to read you guys some bullet points that I took down that I thought were interesting and get your reactions, because some of the history of this film is fucking nuts and ridiculous and interesting and fun. But basically, I'm going to try to explore kind of the deeper things that make this interesting for me. Some things maybe you guys hadn't considered or that you have. So I guess to me, Blue Velvet is an exploration of the filth that lies underneath the clean exterior of small town America. Basically, it's that opening segment where you have the white picket fence, this clean exterior in the suburbs, and you go underneath the earth, and there's all these bugs and this dirt and this grime. That is the ultimate simplification of this entire film's themes. And on the surface, you have this cheesy acting and these stereotypical characters in this genre, and everyone, in the beginning especially, are just kind of these wholesome stereotypical characters, but very quickly they dig into situations that they shouldn't be digging into. And we realize that the myth of small town America, the myth of these white picket fences, the myth of this clean, comfortable exterior, it's a myth. It's exactly what it is. Because underneath it all, there's all this insane, crazy, bizarre shit with horrible people. And David Lynch loves yin and yang. And that's what this film is. There's a yin and there's a yang. There's the small town, wholesome white picket fence, and there's the filth and the bugs underneath the ground. So I love that contrast, and I love how this deconstructs small town America and the myth of Americana, really. But beyond that, I really, really fucking love the acting in this film. It's so good. It's over the top at some points. There are so many great actors in this. Kyle MacLachlan, he plays the main character, and he is like a Lynch regular. Like he's in Twin Peaks, which I love. He played in like David Lynch's Dune, which is like infamously bad. But either way, like he's been with Lynch the whole way. Laura Dern, uh he plays Kyle MacLachlan's girlfriend. She's the blonde girl. She is also a Lynch regular. She's in nearly every Lynch film after this point. She was only 17 when she was in this film, but she went on to star in every Lynch film until he died, including Twin Peaks: The Return, which is a television season, or series anyway. Isabella Rossellini. Here's my first fun fact for you guys. Isabella Rossellini was not a Lynch regular. She's the one who plays the quintessential lady in this.
Dorothy, I think is her name.
Yeah. And she and David Lynch fell in love on set, and they ended up like getting married and being together. And it's like kind of fucking insane. And the David Lynch's first wife, who was married to him while David Lynch was falling in love with Isabella Rossellini, was like, yeah, no wife like should. What do you expect when you're letting your husband go work on a film set with like this beautiful foreign actress who's in like lingerie for like half the film? And it's like it's kind of a crazy fucking situation. But anyway, we'll get into it. There's so much to talk about for me, but another thing beyond the acting that really, really sticks out to me is the fucking the close-ups of Isabella Rossellini in this. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there's just some close-ups of like her lips or her face that are just like a second or two long, and they are iconic. Like, I mean, I changed my Letterboxd poster to it. If you look up Blue Velvet and look at my review, like the close-ups are just fucking iconic. Like, I really adore this film. I adore everything about it. It's weird. It's insane. There's so many layers to it, and I have so much more bullshit to tell you guys about. That's fun, but. I'll end my spiel and we'll get into more conversation and I'll bring it up then. But what did you guys think of Blue Velvet?
You want to go first, Blake, or do you want me to take the?
You take it.
All right. First off, I want to say that just a few days before I watched it, I was hanging out with Dutch and he kept screaming Heineken. Heineken. Which I guess that's like the first thing I ever heard about this film was just Heineken. But holy shit, is it much more than that? The big highlight for me is just the characters, man. Like things that are supposed to be cheesy and just like stereotypical. That's just like they're just pin the layers back more and more the more you go into it. And one of the main highlights for me is just the very start. It gets you in with a mystery right away. It makes you think about what it's showing you right away. Boom. And then obviously it switches to the detective stuff and it goes into more real life scenarios, which kind of like makes you feel realistic. And then boom, his drive to try to figure out where this ear came from and who committed the crimes it was very realistic to me, because obviously it's when genuine curiosity goes to the extreme. So obviously I just really liked just like how the start of the film was just pure curiosity from is his name is Jeffrey, right? Jeff?
I think so.
I'm
about to pull up the Letterboxd so I could remember the goddamn names. I know all the actors' names.
I'm so bad at
names.
Characters. I'm so bad at the names of the characters, which is just a flaw with watching. But just it starts with general curiosity, and you kind of want to get to the bottom of it. And then by the time that this film is over, the last thing I'm thinking about is that goddamn ear. I'm just thinking about, how the mystery of life and the disgusting nature of these characters is just a sad fact that this film is realistic, which is sad. It really kind of brings a shining light into the awful shit of humanity. I think that it's Frank. I'm gonna just say Frank. He is one
Frank
of
Booth.
the best antagonists of any film that I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He is gross and disgusting, and it's like the sick nature of what he's saying, because just like obviously when he first started, like when he first inhaled the whatever made him high and horny. I don't really know what it was, but
it's just I don't know what the name of it is, but it's basically just makes him fucking horny and like fucks him up.
But it's one of those things where when he started taking it, I laughed, but then I started thinking, I was like, this is sick and perverted, and it's something that is just it's gross, and you just kind of feel dirty watching it, especially when it cuts to the perspective shot of Jeffrey in the closet, and you're just like, oh my god, the thoughts that could be going into that young man's head is just had like
interject?
Yeah.
So this is like a great time to bring up one of my bullet points. So Frank Booth, that fucking insane villain, his casting is very interesting because he was played by Dennis Hopper. And Dennis Hopper was known to be severely drug addicted, alcoholic. He did like this stunt at like for a college where he like blew himself up with TNT or something. It was like fucking insane. And he was known as like a fruitcake. No one wanted to work with him. And he read the Blue Velvet screenplay and he called like David Lynch and his people and he's like, look, man, I know people are worried about me. You know, I've been sober for years now. You can trust me, blah, 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 blah. But man, I am Frank Booth. He's me. And David Lynch was like, well, on one hand, that's great. But on the other hand, that's terrifying. And I don't know if I want to eat lunch with this guy.
Bro said, I am Adolf. Please make me Adolf Hitler because I am Adolf.
literally. So he literally like begged for this part and he got it and he's fucking insane in it. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because that is just one of the fucking crazy things about the casting of this film. But you can continue.
It's one of those things where when you sit back and your first thought is, man, this is insane and crazy and unrealistic. But then you kind of think about it and it's like real things that real sick human beings do. Oh, and yeah. I definitely think that Dennis Hopper did a phenomenal job on that character. One of the best antagonist characters. One of the few that have genuinely made me hate him and was sick. And was satisfied at his shooting. Just some other... The acting was great. Obviously, Dutch already reiterated that. But I just feel the need to reiterate it. Because even though... Like it was cheesy at some points when the plot started to thicken, the characters' performances just got better and better as we kept going. Who's the name of the girl that Jeffrey went out with?
Sandy, played by Laura Dern.
Yeah, I thought the dynamic between Jeffrey and Sandy was really good. It was kind of like a wholesome thing that kind of gave you not a break, but just like just something nice to chew on. And it also gave Jeffrey more to lose in this situation. I really like their dynamic that they created. And especially at the end when the chaos started to reach Sandy. And that's when you kind of knew that like that was the main climax, which it was almost like I wouldn't say innocence of Sandy, but it was like the live change from genuine curiosity and wanting to help to this is starting to affect my life in such a weird way, and it's almost like bursting her bubble in a sense, which I thought she did a phenomenal performance. You could see her horrified face when this naked woman in his yard and the chaos that was coming up from him. And
I think it's so great because she's like the quintessential all-American small town girl, and she's like from another film. It feels like she's from a film where like it's a stereotypical like she's worried about her boyfriend. He's getting into some shenanigans. You know, usually those shenanigans would be like a high school bully, but he completely hides the fucking depths of depravity that he's engaged with. So she does really ground him and like. And it goes back again to like that cheesy kind of acting, which is completely on purpose from David Lynch's excellent direction, because it feels like two films having a tug of war. And finally, when one film takes over, when the utter chaos and depravity spills over into the rest of the normal parts of the film, it's insane and shocking, and it's great. And it makes for an amazing climax.
It really felt, you could just see the change in her. Like, it literally felt like a bubble bursted, and like the entire story, like everything mattered, and things that appeared to be just useless exposition filler scenes started to really like hammer the point of when the horrifying truth of what was going on finally reached the depth of the normal person. Really, it like that was one of the main walk away thoughts in my head when I was finished watching. Just some other quick points. I really thought that the colors were great. Her singing Blue Velvet almost made me shed a tear. Like, it was just such a great song, and just the colors and the beauty of it. The red curtain. I don't know what what the reason was, but the red curtain behind, like, I literally like sat there and looked at it, and it was just so beautiful. Like, just something that just looks so like normal. Like, just a normal bar just has so much more put into it than originally anticipated.
Dude, there's like so much more than like there than you don't even realize as someone who hasn't seen like any other Lynch films, because number one, blue and red working together is like a massive like thing that David Lynch loves to do. It's very prominent in Twin Peaks, those colors working together. And also the woman singing, believe it or not, is like almost a trope in his films. Like beautiful women singing beautifully in bars is like in every one of his films. It's kind of bizarre, but it's great every time. It's something he's really good at doing for some reason, and those scenes always stick out to me. They're really, really good.
I think my favorite scene in the entire thing was when they were loaded into the car. It was what, Jeffrey, Dorothy, and Sandy. Like, that car scene, like that was almost like the big moment of like the desperation to keep her safe while also trying to protect Sandy, and it just kind of all exploded into one emotion filled scene where it just, gosh, and just like the facial reaction that Jeffrey made, you could just see the broken man from the curious boy to start the film to this disgusted broken man towards the end.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's good enough for my opening statement. There's more I want to talk about when we start to get into the conversation points.
I will mention while it's on my mind that I love the scene like right before that too, where like the boyfriend of Sandy is like
Yes.
chasing them down, and like that would be again the typical conflict in this kind of film. You know, like that would be the thing that Sandy's worried about Jeffrey handling, but he pulls up on him's getting ready to beat the shit out of him, and then he just sees Dorothy Isabella Rossellini completely nude in the street, and he like it's like he doesn't say this, but like to me I always interpret that he's like, oh fuck, I have no idea what's going on, this is beyond me.
Yes.
Like this, like that immediately like it makes that kind of conflict feel small and insignificant, just like teenagers being teenagers compared to the real world, the real shit that's actually happening.
It was like a cartoon villain in a realistic situation where it's like it's the difference between small problems we deal with in life and big human defying things. It almost brought him back to human for of sorts. So that's a way to describe it. But
it's adult problems versus teenager problems for sure in that specific situation.
Alrighty, Blake. Here we go.
All right. So I don't have a lot of time at home to watch a lot of the movies we watch. So I had to watch this one at work. And I will say this is not a good movie to watch in public.
No.
This is like the worst thing you could watch in public, especially.
I recommended it, so expect that every time.
That's great. That's great. So, God, let me look at my notes here. Okay, so the first thing I thought, like it starts playing, and instantly I remembered that I've seen this before, but I think I stopped to the point where he got the ear the last time I did.
Like 5
And-
minutes in.
Yeah. And I was a bit skeptical when I first started it because the last time Dutch recommended a David Lynch movie, I was not happy. He recommended I watch Mulholland Drive while I was at work, and I watched it. I liked it, but it pissed me off so much. But in the end, I liked it, and so I started getting more into it. And I am gonna put in the fact here that I did not watch this movie alone. I watched it with my boss, who's a 45-year-old cop.
Oh, really?
And yeah, dude,
That's crazy.
Oh, that's
it's
so
it's
good.
great. So we're watching it, and this is just a funny part. That scene where Jeffrey goes into the house like by himself, right? He's like in the closet, and the lady, Dorothy, grabs the knife, right? Goes up to the counter or the closet, and she opens it, catches him, and my boss reaches over, pauses the computer, and he goes, "Blake, what the fuck?" And I'm like, what do you mean?" He goes, "He just stood there and let this lady held him at knife point." I'm like, "Well, what could he do?" And he goes, "Blake, if that was me, she clearly didn't have a good grip on the knife. You could swat that away and punch that bitch straight in the face and run out the door."
What the fuck? Your boss is a cocksucker. What an asshole. What the fuck?
That's
You're
his
a fucking
takeaway, bro.
stalker. You watched her fucking in her most intimate moments take off her whole wig, strip fucking naked, and you're gonna like, not only am I gonna get arrested for the stalking and sexual harassment charge, I'm also gonna fucking punch the lady. What the fuck?
I didn't fucking say it was my thing, dude. But like,
No, I know. I just like, holy shit. I'm not trying to shoot the messenger, but like, what the fuck?
oh my god. So he left, and I said I should probably restart it so I can watch it without another opinion. So, uh, and I get more into it, and overall, I was more impressed than I thought I would be, considering it's a David Lynch film, and I'm not a huge Lynch guy. Uh, after Mulholland Drive, I was not really impressed. I will say this did raise my hopes like a lot. I thought it felt like Ferris Bueller meets fucking Seven, like the movie.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of putting it.
Yeah, I just thought like, dude, this is fucking awesome. I love the cheesy shit, especially when it gets too real. Like there's that that fun '80s music playing in the background, just la di da di da, and then just a severed fucking ear in the field.
Yin
Like,
and yang, yin and yang, dude.
I was like, wow, this is great. This is fucking great. And dude, I wrote. Let me look at my doc. I wrote during the scene where they sneak in. Frank Booth is fucking terrifying, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
this guy actually scared the shit out of me. It felt like I was sitting next to my boss again. Like, honestly.
Mommy, I want to see them. Mommy.
Dude, when
Don't fucking look at me!
Shut the fuck up. Listen.
Sorry.
That scene happens. I pause it and I audibly cringed because just because Dutch does that all the time off camera.
True.
All the time. And I thought, is this seriously
Dutch
why
is
Dutch
Frank
fucking
Booth.
likes this movie? And I start watching it, and I'm like, wow, this guy's truly fucking disturbing. And I, when Tommy mentioned that the gas kind of also made him horny, I really did not think into that part. I was like, well, hold up. There's several points where he's killing people and he's sniffing this gas. Is he fucking bricked while killing people right now?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
Like, I never knew if he was about to, like, cry or laugh or fucking just murder somebody. And, like, every scene with him just made me incredibly uncomfortable, and I fucking loved it.
He's incredible. He's such a good character.
David Hopper's a really good actor, so. But, going all past that, I was very impressed. I liked it a lot more than I did. And I wish all that time ago I finished it instead of just stopping 5 minutes in. Because I think it's a great comparison. Yin and Yang is a great way to explain it. overall, I was very impressed. I was very impressed, Dutch. I'll give you that one.
I'm really
Yeah.
happy because half of me expected both of you to fucking hate this film and think I was a freak for recommending it. But I wanted to I wanted to
You're a
recommend
fucking
something.
freak. You're a fucking freak. Don't get that wrong. You're a fucking freak and
Yeah.
a weirdo. But goddamn, the movie was good.
It's I wanted to recommend something that's totally my taste. Like this film has almost everything I love. One of my favorite directors, beautiful cinematography, just insane like a lot of sexual aspects that treat it in an adult way because I really loathe that people are so like afraid and puritanical about like sex scenes when this is a perfect example of sex scenes in context that are perfect and great. Not
Mhm.
even in that they're hot because they're not. In fact, they're extremely disturbing.
Mhm.
They're
And
not.
I think that this is a perfect example. This is the film I can show someone and say like, hey, like sex scenes can be absolutely necessary. They're a part of life. And in this episode, it paints a picture of sexual abuse.
Mhm.
So there's just so many elements of this film that made me want to recommend it, just to give a taste of everything that I love about film.
Yeah.
Sure.
Um, if you guys uh, would allow me, I have just a couple, like one, two, or three bullet points that I want to get your
Fuck
reaction to.
no! Fuck no! We're on a time crunch here.
Pick 'em up, pick 'em up.
All right. I'll start with this one. So, a lot of this film was shot in public in this small town in North Carolina. I forget the name of the town. Either way, um, so a lot of the scenes you see that are in public were done in public, not on film sets, not on like blocked off areas, just people's front yards. So that raises the question of when Isabella Rossellini has to come out fully nude on a street. And Lynch, Rossellini, all of them knew that this scene would be very disturbing for the people in the neighborhood. This battered, bruised, bloody, completely nude from head to toe lady. And Isabella Rossellini went out and personally pleaded with people like, hey, this is going to be really, really, really disturbing. Like, I don't recommend that you watch this. I recommend you stay inside. What did people do? They got picnic baskets and they went outside to camp to watch the
No!
scene. Picnic
Oh
baskets.
my god.
And then the next day, the police notified David Lynch and crew that they would not be allowed to film any more scenes outside in their city. So, like, despite the fact that they fucking warned them, that happened. It's insane that people got picnic baskets to watch that scene.
That is.
Dutch, please. If you heard there was gonna be a pair of tits outside, you run out with a picnic basket too. I want to fucking.
I guess,
she-
but like,
was she
in
naked
context,
when
it's
she
fucking
asked?
horrifying. It's like, yeah, but it's so fucking ridiculous that people did that. And then, okay, here's a related one. So going to nudity. When you are writing the screenplay, there are a lot of scenes that you could imagine filming first. What did David Lynch decide to film first? The violent, horrific sex scene between Frank Booth and Dorothy. First day of shooting,
Oh
Dennis
my
Hopper
God.
and Isabella Rossellini had never had a conversation. She decided to like invite him out to lunch beforehand just to try to get to know him, and he was like really quiet and cold, and she was like not really locked in at all. So the introduction of the coworkers is a sex scene, but it goes even further than that. They tried to shoot that sex scene with Isabella Rossellini wearing underwear, and it wouldn't work. You could see the underwear from a few of the angles. So they took them off, and Isabella Rossellini had to go up to Dennis Hopper and say like, "Hey, I'm sorry. Like, you're gonna be like close up in my vagina." So first day of shooting, Dennis Hopper is like 3 inches away from this woman who he's never met's vagina. And she's like super uncomfortable, like not even because she's afraid of showing her body. She's really not. But because she's never met this guy and she's worried about his feelings and everything.
Mhm.
But his response, oh, well, I've seen it all before. Just like casual, cold.
Thanks!
He just does
Oh
not care.
my god!
Yeah, and she immediately is way more comfortable. She's like, "Yeah, wait,
Mhm.
yeah, this guy's nuts. Like, there is nothing to worry about. Like, he has seen it all before. This is nothing new for him."
Mhm.
So I just think that's fucking crazy. That was the first shot, and also another thing that helped break the tension is that while they were doing the scene, for some reason, David Lynch was just cracking up while it was happening, and Isabella Rossellini was like, "Why the fuck are you cracking up? Or like, is this funny?" But he just loved how ridiculous the entire scene was, and all the context around it, and he really was laughing, and that made the
Mhm.
scene a lot easier to record. It felt less intense. So
Mhm.
I wanted to raise those 2 points. Those are like some interesting film history bits. And then I wanted to say that Kyle MacLachlan, who plays Jeffrey, is one of my favorite actors of all time, specifically because of his role in Twin Peaks, where he plays Agent Cooper. I love him, and he is so good in this, and he's so good in Twin Peaks. He's great. I mean, he is an all-star actor for me. So I wanted you guys to be aware that like he's one of my goats. I really love him. But
Nice.
other than that, you guys have covered how good Frank Booth is. That's most of my notes cleared, so we can discuss more if we want to. Do you guys have anything else to say?
Ooh, I don't know.
Look. Okay. I will say this. That scene, like the fucking Heineken scene, right?
Yeah.
So where they take Jeffrey out for a drive, and they're at that apartment, and that dude starts singing "In Dreams" by Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
I love that song, and now it creeps me out every time I hear it because of that scene.
That
Like,
whole
Dude.
car scene was scary.
dude, yeah, that was just fucking. This movie's really good at making me uncomfortable, and I just love it every second of it.
Honestly, I think the
I
best
love,
part.
I love, yeah,
Sorry, the best part of Frank's character was just his unpredictability. Like you were just wondering
yeah,
what the hell was gonna happen.
Fucking fruitcake.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That reminds me a lot of, like, interestingly, for this kind of movie, something that David Lynch does to subvert expectations, as he does with the rest of this film, is when um, Frank goes to get his fix and his drugs, he goes and is subservient to Dean Stockwell's character, Ben, who is that effeminate gay man with, like, that really white, pale makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
And like that is like the only person Frank is like subservient to, because that's where he gets his fix. But
Mm-hmm.
like you would never see a character like that ever being like
Yeah.
subservient or below a gay character like that,
Mm-hmm.
and someone who acts that effeminately. But he is also intimidating, and I also really love him, even though he has only a few minutes of screen time. Like he there's something about his aura that I
Yeah, and
really,
his
really, really love.
unpredictability too, just like the
Yeah,
being super friendly and then like
oh my
uppercut,
god,
punching him in the
guys,
stomach.
yeah.
guys. Speaking of like fucking unpredictable, I Dutch mentioned before I went and watched it that there's a gay guy in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whatever, right? And I thought Dorothy was the man.
What?
I
No
thought it was
way.
no, listen. I watched fucking Silence of the Lambs like a day before. So like Buffalo Bill is a transgender woman. So the second like Dorothy walked in while he's in the closet, I'm like, oh my god. She's gonna take off that robe. It's gonna be a giant cock. I'm not ready.
What the-
No, dude. I don't know. Isabella
I,
Rossellini is just beautiful, man.
Mhm.
Like
I,
I
no,
never
I
could
think
think
she
he's a man, bro.
no, no, I think she is too, but I just thought I was gonna get fooled. Because I remembered what you said. Because I remember what you said, but I just didn't know when it was gonna happen. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, please, please don't let this beautiful woman be the
Yeah. I fucking adore this film.
Mhm.
There's so much craziness. It's a classic for me. You guys have anything else, or are you guys about good?
I think we've covered everything I
I'm
could
good.
think of.
Okay.
You good, Blick?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we're changing the format, by the way, for the listeners. We're just moving our rating to this section here. So, I guess I'll go first. I'll reiterate. I love this film. Love the actors, cinematography, and the close-ups on Isabella Rossellini is iconic. It explores the yin and yang philosophy that David Lynch would use. It explores the filth underneath the clean exterior of small-town America. It's wonderful. It's great. It's perfectly cheesy on purpose. I adore it. It's my second favorite David Lynch film. And my rating is a 9 out of 10, 4.5 star.
Boom. All right, I guess I'll go next since I went second on the talk. A lot of the same points from Dutch. Amazing acting. I love the color grading in this. I just thought there was so much unpredictability, especially just right when he pulled out the ear. It was just like, what the fuck? And you're immediately thrown into the style of which you were being put in. I thought that Dennis Hopper's performance as Frank was an easy 10 out of 10. Like, that was like one of the greatest antagonists. Literally creeped me out. He's so unpredictable. He's a fruitcake, disgusting person, but just an unbelievable performance there. I thought that the story was great. Just unpredictability with the plot and the story was just such a wild ride to be a part of. And my review is a 9 out of 10 or a 4.5 stars.
I'm so surprised and happy about that rating.
Mm-hmm. Blake,
All
go
right.
ahead.
Oh, I have very much a lot of the same views as you guys. I was very impressed for when Dutch first talked about it. I'm glad I decided to rewatch it and just re-experience all of that because fuck, dude, was I missing out? I was uncomfortable the whole time. I was surprised and my heart did jump a little bit. Frank's a fucking weirdo and that's awesome. And I just loved everything this movie made me feel. And so I got a 4 stars on Letterboxd.
Right.
Beautiful. I'm really happy about that too. I thought you in particular was gonna fucking hate it, Blake.
No, I fucking hate Mulholland Drive. That's what I hate.
You
But,
gave it a 6. I think I'm gonna recommend Mulholland Drive one day. Spoilers. This is my top 4. I think you'll appreciate it a lot more once we have a conversation because it like almost wants to fucking piss you off on first viewing. So I think we'll raise that rating.
I do want to guarantee that I pre-wrote this review, like not word for word, just the overall rating. Just wanted to say I didn't copy Dutch. I'm not a sheep.
Don't worry about it. I am honestly like I'm so surprised. I was thinking there might be a little controversy in this episode, but I'm pleased.
We're on the same page here for the first 2 episodes. When will we fight in the inevitable B-roll breakup? We don't know.
When someone decides to recommend a spite film, that's when I'm gonna fucking.
Oh, that'll be the start of the downfall, and that's when we'll have individual film podcasts.
No, listen, Tommy, you and me talked about this before Dutch said we could possibly break up by the end of the episode. That's what we're about to
Oh man! Oh fuck! I forgot.
What? Wait,
nothing. We gotta wait until we get to the segment.
We'll get there.
But
we'll get there. Don't worry. We're kicking you out and firing you.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well.
Sorry. No, this episode is not over, fellas. You gotta stay put. Stay put. You better keep working if you're listening to this, or you better keep watching. You better, if your drink is empty, you better fill that bitch up because this is gonna be a great. I'm
not worried.
No,
this is gonna be like Beatles downfall. This is gonna be great, dude.
Am I gonna be pulling out like one of my fucking spite wrecks after
this? No, it's not that bad, but it might be a good. It might be one of those hop in your truck. We're going to go talk to Blake real.
Okay. Are we ready for Who Hated It then?
Okay, it is time for one of my favorite segments in the B-Roll podcast. It's time for Who Hated It. Dutch, you know what, Blake? You could explain the format.
Oh, shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So Who Hated is where we go on Letterboxd and we find out who hated this movie and if we agree with them or not.
For context, the Letterboxd Blue Velvet, let me look it up. I believe it's a 4.1. It is a 4.1.
Okay.
Okay. Who would like to start?
Tommy?
All right, I got this. This is a half-star review by the user AFHT. Don't know what that stands for. Ugh. The type of movie that was so painfully obviously created by a male director. Yeah, aesthetics are nice, but miss me with this shit. Might officially be off Lynch because fuck that guy.
Bro. Fucking... That's insane because I feel like Lynch is really good at exploring, like, female topics that are not explored a lot. Like, for example, sexual violence in this context.
Mm-hmm.
And he's famous actually for exploring female problems, believe it or not, and is very, very beloved in Hollywood. He unfortunately passed away about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
David Lynch is ultimate feminist.
Well, he is famous for doing the woman in trouble type film. That's how he describes pretty much every film he's ever made, and he explores a lot of female issues in pretty much what's universally adored and praised. So I wish that person wouldn't have just shat on a universally beloved figure without like elaborating on why they think it's so shallow in that regard. But yeah, I totally
I just
disagree
think
with that.
that's like how to know someone didn't actually pay attention during the movie 101.
Yeah,
Right?
Because like I felt like the entire movie was like taking these really horrible things that happen to women and really shining a light on it.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
I vehemently disagree with this one. All right.
Blake?
Oh, my turn? All right. All right. So, first review I have is a half star. And this person said, I don't think David Lynch movies are my thing. This was ass. Really feels like a Gooner film before Gooner films were big.
My god.
Horniness knows no bounds for our main character, I guess.
I think that's so mind broken. That person is definitely like 20 or younger for sure. Like, what I mean by that is a
You're
naked.
also 20.
Damn.
I'm almost
Me and Tommy
22.
both.
So-
Yeah,
Me and
damn.
Tommy are both.
He just flipped both
Well,
of us off and told us to go
I
fuck
just think
ourselves.
I think this is a cultural rot
Mhm.
because a naked woman, a nude woman, or a nude man for that matter, it is not pornographic in nature inherently. It is not a gooner film if there's a naked person. None of the sex scenes are hot in this. They're all disturbing. And if this person
That's
thinks
the
this is a gooner
thing.
film, maybe that's a bigger maybe that's a
Yeah.
bigger indictment on this person for thinking this is a gooner film. Maybe they thought this was hot, and maybe that's why they think it's a gooner film. So maybe that person is just not a good person, bro.
It's the
How about
fact that that's their takeaway from.
What a fucking freak.
Yeah, fuck you, Blake. I know you wrote that review. Fuck you.
I don't fucking write that review. Fuck you.
He's just saying what he really thinks.
He's like, no, this is how I really feel.
It's
Okay.
separate account to just tell you, yeah.
All right.
I got mine. Mine's a little long, but this is a review by Jim E. Brown. Horrid film, excessive foul language, violence, and graphic depictions of drug use and sex. I engage in these activities myself, but I watch films as a respite from the depravity of real life.
When
I
the
do
R-rated
not
film
want to be made uncomfortable by cinema. I want to feel happiness and inspiration. The title of this film refers to the song Blue Velvet, which is an integral part of the film soundtrack, but a more appropriate title would have prepared me for the film's contents. Okay, there's so much I have to break down. Number one, foul language. Fucking in your language, that puts you off? Okay, what are you, fucking 80 years old? Number two, cinema should absolutely serve to make you uncomfortable and challenge your preconceptions. This guy should go fucking watch Caillou then. You should go watch fucking baby shows, bro. You should go watch Clifford. You should go watch Barney. Like, what the fuck? Like, being challenged on this shit is interesting. It's new. It's different. It makes you more aware. I do not want to be made uncomfortable by cinema. What a bitch. Like, I don't understand that at all. In order to feel happiness and inspiration like this guy wants to feel, you gotta feel some fucking sadness, dude. And also saying the title should have warned him for the content of this film. What did you want it to be named? Fucking sexual assault the movie? What a fucking dumbass. Like, this is the most insane. Like, I cannot with this
The
fucking
fact that that's
review.
Probably not bait is insane.
Yeah, it's like
It's the
holy
fact that
shit.
person probably believes that.
Sorry.
No, you're golden, dude.
He forgot to take off his training wheels before the movie. Oh,
Hey, I warned the viewers this is gonna be a heated ending.
all
right,
but I still don't know why.
it's still my all right. It's my second turn.
Okay.
right.
This is another half star. It's by Liz TV 12. Respectfully, that was absolute shit. I don't know if I'm stupid, but I didn't understand shit. Awful watch with unnecessary sex scenes. I feel robbed of 2 hours of my life. I wouldn't react the same as Dorothy if I found a fucking man spying on me through my closet door. This was real bullshit. I don't know whether I was supposed to laugh or fucking cry my eyes dry. I swear.
Yeah. I don't know what you say to these people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You just left Dutch fucking speechless, dude. That sounds fucking.
I just sighed, bro.
Yeah.
It's so vapid. It's like that review of fucking Good Will Hunting. I just like forgot it right after you read it. It's like I don't fucking get it.
My big takeaway is you wouldn't react the same as Dorothy if you found a man stalking your door. You're not Dorothy. You don't go through what Dorothy went through. She's scarred for life. You are a loser.
Even if you did, movies aren't made to appeal. Like they're not made by you for you. With every reaction being how you would react. That'd be a boring ass movie too if that was how it is, bro. That's a very narcissistic way of looking at filmmaking, bro. If you wouldn't do that, they shouldn't do it.
It sounds like they wanted David Lynch to hold their hand and be like, "Okay, now look away now. Look away now."
Literally.
Yeah, big hint. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, don't fucking watch a David Lynch film, Chief. I'm sorry. Like he's the opposite of hand-holding. Blake knows this from Mulholland Drive, bro. It's not the director.
I just took my dick and steered with it, dude. It's fucking.
I can't wait for that episode in like half a year. Well, Blake.
Okay, I'm sorry. You gotta pull it back up. Okay, all right. So this is a half star, and this person just said, "Fucking only stupid fake snake gay ratchets like this movie."
What the fuck who pissed in this guy's fucking coffee?
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Did someone kick him in the nuts while he was watching?
That'd be aura. That'd be based.
Oh my god. Just a lot of rage come out of these comment sections so far.
Yeah, my last one is this guy definitely got pissed in his cereal, bro.
I'm trying to like hit on a theme. All three of my reviews hit on like a similar theme because like this is such an important this is why I recommend this movie to people to like contradict these ideas because I think they're so bad. And my second one, my second who hated this is from Katie, and they say, "I just don't really enjoy sexual violence against women on screen." So I don't hate this review as much. I don't hate this review as much. I wouldn't hate it as much if you didn't accompany it with the 2-star rating because that statement in itself is fine. It's fine to not like watching that. However, it seems to me that this person actually gave the movie a lower star rating because of that. And to me, I think that's a bit ridiculous. That implies the movie is made worse because of the existence of these scenes in it. But I would disagree. I would say when you do see sexual violence against women on screen, when it's handled well, like it is in Blue Velvet, it raises awareness of the problem. It makes you more sympathetic. And it makes you think about this more. I think it's basically the same thing with training and like educating children with sex education, where if they're aware from a young age what sex is and what's appropriate and what's inappropriate, even if those things are uncomfortable to teach children, it's proven to reduce sexual assault and molestation from adults in their lives. So I would be fine with this sentiment if you didn't give it a 2-star because this is a good representation of violence, sexual violence against women on screen. I think it's something that's completely necessary. So knock that shit up to a higher rating. that is not a reason to just it's like shit on a movie.
Yeah.
It's a good and necessary thing to be in a movie, in my opinion.
I definitely understand where they're coming from here, but I think it actually was handled in a way of professionalism and also really kind of demonstrated the horrifying shit that takes place in this planet because not everything is rainbows and sunshines.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience to what the person commenting said. I forgot what movie I watched, but it was a rape scene that lasted like 20 minutes, and like
Oof.
I wasn't I wasn't desensitized when I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I was very not into movies when I watched it, so I also
I could
thought
definitely
the same thing she did. But I also didn't own a Letterboxd account, so I didn't go out of my way.
Yeah, you didn't
It
like.
was. Was it Irreversible?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think
that's infamous for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got my one last one. This one, it seems like someone took a piss in their cereal while they were watching. This is a half star by Madame Bottom Lair. Fucking what the? But it's violence for the sake of violence, profanity for the sake of profanity, zero social commentary, zero nuance, zero depth, zero script revision, zero female writers, zero intellect, and zero questions answered.
And zero comprehension because that's all your fucking problems. You're brain dead, bro. I'm sorry. Holy shit.
It's like they wanted David Lynch to breastfeed them while watching. And
I'd like that.
Literally,
what?
Zero social commentary is absolutely insane to think. Bro.
You just ignore what he said?
No, I'm trying to. I'm doing my boy a solid here and not
I didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing.
You fucking weirdo. What were you saying, Tommy?
But it's just like this. It's the same shit. Like you clearly didn't. Also, the bottom thing said, when you add all those together, you get a sum of 0 reasons to watch this movie a second time.
Blood thinks he's clever, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Go on his letterbox. I want to see what he's watching.
I was just about to say that. What's his top 4?
His top 4. Number 1, The Little Mermaid 2023.
Oh, fuck. Why are you watching Blue Velvet, Chief? Why?
Turn this shit off. Turn it off. Just turn it off. Turn it off.
Number 2 is a movie called Bottoms.
They're a bottom, bro.
Number 3 is Challengers.
Challengers is good. What the fuck?
And number 4 is Sinners.
Oh, okay. Well, Sinners is fine, but like, I don't know.
The Little Mermaid 2023.
Yeah, that's really weird. That's a really weird.
Wait, what? It's 2023.
Yeah, it's the 2023 version. It's the 2023 version.
I'm killing this person in Minecraft.
Liberal version.
Liberal version. And never mind, this person is great.
It's just a live action remake of a soulless live action dog shit remake of a good movie. Like, fuck off.
Okay, that's my 3 for who hates.
You got one more, Blake?
Yeah. So this person also gave it another half star, and their name is Scoobs, and they said, and I thought of Dutch when I read this review. It said, I dare you to find me a positive review of this film that isn't clearly based in wanting to swallow loads of cum from David Lynch.
What the fuck?
No, he's right. He's right, dude. That's true. I would absolutely do that.
What the fuck?
My bad. No, he's just right. No counter argument.
What
Oh my god.
Was that the rage bait one?
I don't know. That's no.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm still waiting. Now I'm nervous.
Oh, dude, it's
all right. So this one's interesting. This is a quote. This is a letterboxer named Hagia Sophia quoting Roger Ebert, and this is what I'm more interested in. Roger Ebert. So Roger Ebert, I'm sure you guys don't know, but he is one of the most famous movie critics of all time. He had an illustrious, long career reviewing films. Very, very good critic. I have a lot of respect for him. Unfortunately, he's been passed away for a few years, but famously, he did not like David Lynch films. And this is one of the most interesting quotes that he put out when he watched Blue Velvet. So, quote, Isabella Rossellini is asked to do things in this film that require real nerve. In one scene, she's publicly embarrassed by being dumped naked on the lawn of the police detective. In others, she is asked to portray emotions that I imagine most actresses would rather not touch. She is degraded, slapped around, humiliated, and undressed in front of the camera. And when you ask an actress to endure those experiences, you should keep your side of the bargain by putting her in an important film. So Roger Ebert believed that basically this was a humiliation ritual for Rossellini, and thought it was disgusting because the film didn't justify it. However, interestingly, the person who would refute this was Isabella Rossellini herself,
Mm-hmm.
who believed that Roger Ebert was actually being a bit of a sexist, in that she had her, like she's allowed to decide what she should endure. She's allowed to decide what is degrading. And she said it's none of that. Like, she was very proud of her performance, and she doesn't want to be turned into like a baby who can't control herself. So she didn't agree with this take on her at all. So I felt like that was a little interesting bit of film history there from a very legendary critic.
Nice.
I feel like I vehemently disagree with
Me
the
too.
humiliation. I don't really
Yeah.
see it, like how you can think that way unless like the actor thought that way
Mm-hmm.
and you wanted to. I don't like, everything was consensual. It's a piece of art. I and I think the movie absolutely like justifies it if that's like the sense of putting her in those types of situations.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just vehemently disagree. That's like, it's nothing like emotional, angry. I guess it's coming from the right place.
I think Roger Ebert he's very, very purposeful with his words, and he makes sure not to attack, like David
Mhm.
Lynch, like personally. It's all about, like the critical aspect of it. So,
Mhm.
and again, I have immense respect for him, but he is just incorrect here. And this review, this entirety of is the review about Blue Velvet, has gone down in infamy as one of his worst reviews ever written.
Mhm.
So, Blake, you got anything to say, or are we done with this segment?
I think we're done.
All right. Well,
Mhm.
that was Who Hated Blue Velvet.
And that concludes our segment on Blue Velvet, man. That was very good suggestion.
Thank you.
Very good, Dutch.
All right. We're here with the Oscars, which by the time you see this was last night, but we are recording this on Saturday night at 9:30. So, again,
Almost
the
there.
Oscars have not occurred yet as of the making of this, but they have already happened.
Yeah,
So,
when this is released.
I want to preface this by
Yup.
saying, what, Dutch, you've seen a
I've
lot of
seen
the.
I've seen most of the stuff nominated. I've
Mhm.
seen 8 out of the 10 picture nominees. I was going to watch 10 out of 10, but F1 the movie is so massively uninteresting, and like I can't believe it was nominated. I haven't bothered.
Mhm.
And I haven't gotten to The Secret Agent yet, which is a pretty good foreign film because it was pretty hard to access. It wasn't showing anywhere. It wasn't on digital for like ever. So like I might still be able to watch it tomorrow morning, but it's really inaccessible. But I've watched
Mhm.
everything that I could watch there, and I've seen most of everything.
Mhm. And I've seen Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Like, those are the three big ones that I've seen.
I've just seen Sinners in one battle after another.
Okay, Blake. Like, I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna preface this by saying I had a small conversation with Blake, in which one of his unpopular opinions leaked, and he lost
Okay.
aura. He lost aura. All right,
My
we're gonna
God.
start with this unpopular opinion. Go ahead, Blake.
Yeah.
I want you to stand up and
So
say it.
me and Tommy were talking about the Oscars before we were waiting for Dutch, and I said, I'm gonna be honest. Out of the two that I've seen, One Battle After Another and Sinners, I liked Sinners a lot more than I liked One Battle After Another. And Tommy said I was probably gonna get butt fucked by the end of the night.
Bro, this is like the race right now. It's Sinners and One Battle After Another. The passion for Sinners is fucking insane. But One Battle After Another is beloved by critics, and is the higher rated film. I think Sinners is, in the words of Adam from Sardonicast, a normie masterpiece. I think it's a relentlessly mediocre film. I think it's fine. I think it's a 7 out of 10 film with a 10 out of 10 scene, which is that music scene. But I think One Battle After Another meets the moment. I think it's relentlessly entertaining. I respect your opinion. I won't rip you a new asshole, but I disagree, and I hope One Battle wins tomorrow night.
All right.
Personally.
We gotta get back into a format here.
Listen,
All right, so
I would just say I've never been too interested in the Oscars until this year, so I'm not too eager on who wins, but
I'm a little
I
bit.
will say I will say I when I watched one battle after another. I was. Should I just leave? Oh,
Are we just gonna start with
Well-
one battle after another? Do you just want to do that?
Yep.
do you want me to start then?
Sure.
Yep. Go for it.
Okay, so right off the bat, I liked it. I really love the soundtrack for one battle after
Oh,
another.
it's so
That's
good.
honestly my favorite part of the movie. Um, I know a lot of, and this isn't everybody. It's just what I truly think. I know a lot of people like this for a lot of political reasons. And, politics aren't really a huge thing for me. But I did think it was awesome that the first thing they did was storm a migration camp.
Yeah.
And that, it was pretty entertaining. And I did watch this with my boss, who I talked about earlier. And though we disagree on a lot, we both disagreed that, Sean Penn is not our favorite. At least in this movie, I will say.
What?
Sean Penn. Oh, God.
Wait.
Dutch, listen.
No, wait. All right.
I'm listening. All ears,
shoot
all
your
ears,
load,
all
okay?
ears.
But I'm ready to catch it, okay?
Shit.
Great way to put that.
Listen. Sean Penn did an amazing job, I will say. But I can't say he would be my pick to do it if, I was making it. But I will say, I do think Sean Penn is a good actor. I think he's an amazing actor. Sean Penn starred in Milk, where he played the first openly gay senator, and I thought that was fucking awesome. I think
he
he's
won an
amazing.
award for that, an Oscar for that, I
Did
think.
he did, and
Yep.
and I had really high hopes when I saw Sean Penn was in it. But while watching it, I just thought, if it were up to me and I was directing, I wouldn't cast him.
Oh.
I just didn't think he would be the one for the role. You know what I mean?
What didn't you like about his performance?
I think it was really stereotypical of okay, so I say this lightly, like the stereotypical white guy, old white guy who's had a lot of experience, he had other people, and I just thought he just played a really stereotypical character.
Sure, but wouldn't that be a writing issue and not an acting issue? Like, what did you have in particular against him as an acting in that role?
You can take the way I've seen actors take bad scripts and just make them work, right? And I'm not saying it's entirely Sean Penn's fault. So again, it could be a writing issue, and you could be right about that, Dutch. I just think if the script said for a stereotypical, I think he a stereotypical old white guy who just hates races and hates gay people and all that stuff, and I just think he overdid it. And I know that's what the film was trying to, at least that's what I thought it was trying to go for. I just think it was a bit overdone, and that's just me. I will say.
I understand your perspective, but number one, I disagree with you, and number two, this is for content, okay? So you're gonna put up with it. But I think Sean Penn's the greatest performance in that movie. And maybe this may not mean anything to you, but it is universally agreed that he is the best performance in that movie by most critics, to the point where he's going to be the one who is most likely going to be the only actor to win an acting award. He's most likely going to win Best Supporting Actor for that role and get his third Oscar. I think he's fucking incredible. I don't know about him being generic or stereotypical or whatever. I never really thought about that, but to me, he is such a hilarious character. Number one, his acting's incredible. All the small micro movements he makes on his face are so creepy and slimy and weird, and he's really uncomfortable. But I think the thing that's interesting about his character is that it does break down the myth that these racist people are just like pure ideological racist, blah 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 blah. No, this guy's racist because he loves black girls. He's racist because he's a fucking freak and he feels guilty about it. He's a racist because he can't have black girls because this pussy don't pop for you. Okay, that's why he's racist. And I think that is such a funny, interesting, hilarious, ridiculous character. And I think maybe if he is supposed to be generic or stereotypical or whatever, well, that's the fucking enemy. These assholes who are just like him are the ones running the world right now. And he has this fucking ridiculous name, like Stephen A. Lockjaw or whatever, fucking ridiculous name, stereotypical ridiculous name. I think he's great. I think he played the villain excellently. So I politely disagree. I think he's incredible, and I would vote for him for Best Supporting Actor.
I really like this character. Like, I just like a lot of the things he did was stereotypical, but I think that was kind of the way they were going with it in nature, because just obviously the stereotypical racist guy, but he has like this layer of where almost like a jealousy. Like, my interpretation of it was he was so racist he wanted to own the black woman. Like, he was too good to be told no.
I agree.
And they kind of went with that aspect of like that supremacy, and they gave him the power. And I thought, honestly, the best part of his performance to me by far was when he did the pregnancy test, or the DNA test. Sorry, pregnancy test.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
But just his movements,
really
the silence.
Really tight.
Yeah. Just like
homosexual.
Just the silence, like he was like his rigid movements when he would look up at her while he was on a knee doing the machine, and like just the threat of like, if this is a straight line, then there's gonna be an issue, and just like that, the tense. It's this big ass room, and I liked it. They would switch it to the far shot, and just to show like just how the room may be big, but it feels so empty and alone and secluded, and just like the evil nature of like just his rigid movements, and then the straight line as he turns it to where she could see it, and just the heartbreak of her face.
And also, a thing that's interesting about the screenplay, which I think the screenplay of this is great, is that she's literally minimizing him. She's saying things that reveal his insecurities about how his shirt's small. And while she does that, he becomes literally smaller on the screen. He literally takes up less of the screen by going into a further shot. So I think that is like an excellent use of the screenplay and the camera and collaboration.
I also want to say, well, like, because I think that really everything that I could say about Sean Penn has already been said, at least either from me or Dutch. Because I do think Sean Penn's performance was great, but man, I think his name is Benicio
del Toro.
Del Toro.
I love
Oh my God, he was such a phenomenal. He was the sensei. And
a few small beers.
My favorite scene of the entire thing was the hospital scene. I literally stood up and cheered like it was a fucking football game, because he was put in such like a desperate situation, and you just sit there and you think,
great.
You just think, how in the hell is he going to get out of it? And his reaction to it was like reflected the audience's reaction of like when
you brain blasted me. You mind if I interrupt you?
You're good.
Two things. Number one, he got nominated for Best Supporting Actor alongside Sean Penn for that performance, which I think he fully deserves. Yeah, he's really great. Number two, Paul Thomas Anderson, the director of One Battle After Another, is known for his collaborative work. And Benicio del Toro, not only did he act, but he basically came up with that entire scene where they were like evacuating the immigrants and stuff. Like, that was not in the screenplay.
That was so good.
Yeah. And he told PTA and Leonardo DiCaprio, or PTA is Paul Thomas Anderson, sorry. That's not normalized for you two, but he told them to whatever you do, considering that Leonardo DiCaprio is like panicked and anxious, do not let me meet his energy. Make sure I am calm. Make sure, I am ocean waves, as he says, like make sure he's the stable
business
one.
Business as usual, yeah. That's almost like a heartbreaking thing when you think about it. Like, oh man, he's so calm and collective, as if this inhumane thing is normalized. which is just something I didn't even think about until you said that. And first off,
Yep.
props to him for coming up with that. Like
I
that,
know.
those scenes, they were
Yeah.
hectic. It got my emotions going, and this is shit
Great
that
sequence.
happens in real life, and
Yeah,
that's
and-
heartbreaking. Like
And
this
this was
is
written before all this shit happened.
Yeah,
It
and-
came out in the summer where like this shit was even more relevant. It's like,
Mhm.
holy shit, like what the hell?
and
Like
it's
this
just
is
like, oh
crazy.
my god. But yeah, dude, the hospital scene, I could gush about that scene the entire time
Yeah.
because Ben's reaction was my exact reaction when I figured it out. And just like hopping into the car and that just that car scene, I think it was about like a minute of just straight fun driving, singing, drinking beers before the problems came back. But it almost gave you a minute break where you're just so happy for these guys that you almost forget about the problems until they come back to haunt them. Like in the when they started getting chased by the police, which awesome scene. I love one battle after
Yeah.
another.
Me too. And them act to like we won't talk too much long about this.
Mhm.
Well, we'll get back on track. Do you guys have anything else to say about one battle? It doesn't have to be like a full length discussion.
I do have one comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
The main. Okay. Here's the thing. I liked most of it, but I guess I just thought there'd be more action, and that's not really a huge problem. Maybe I'm just a slut for it, but I just thought Dutch made this very clear when I told him about it when I watched it for the first time, like months ago. How the ending was really anticlimactic, and he goes, "That's the whole fucking point.
Yeah, it is.
That it's supposed to lead up to that." And I just thought that's not me. That's all I'm gonna say. It's
Mhm.
not. It didn't even have to be like a huge thing, and I know that not all movies need, that huge climax where everything goes to shit and then it all gets better. Like it was a good ending overall, but I guess I just thought more was gonna happen, and I kind of let myself down with getting those expectations up. I will
Yeah.
say that.
That's valid. I disagree. I guess if I had like a one-line statement, I would just say like the whole film's so action-packed that like at the very end, I didn't need more action for my taste, which it's literally just about your taste, but
Mhm.
I liked that Chase Infinity's character, like she saved herself and Leo didn't have anything to do with it. I liked that. I thought that was a good subversion. But I see where you're coming from for sure.
All right.
Right.
You guys want to do a little rating real quick and then move on
Sure.
to whatever else?
I'd advocate obviously the letterboxes for everybody's in the description. I have my full one battle after another review. I don't know if you guys do. I know Dutch does, but
Yeah,
I
I've seen it twice.
so feel free to click that. My final rating that I gave it, and I'm gonna keep sticking with it, obviously, because
Yeah.
I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was
Okay, good
very,
shit.
very good.
Blake?
One battle after another. I gave it a 3.5 stars.
No 7.
And I gave One Battle After Another a 5-star, 10 out of 10. Only 2 films made it to that ranking last year.
Okay. All right. What's next? Are me and Dutch gonna talk about Marty Supreme?
We can talk about it real quick. Just real quick.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do quick, especially since Blake doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Marty Supreme is my personal favorite film of the year. Obviously, I haven't seen them all. I plan on watching maybe Hamnet, but I don't think that one's gonna touch Marty Supreme, to be totally honest. But
It won't.
obviously, anything can happen with films. That's what's so amazing about this art. But this guy, this film has such a flawed protagonist, and it just works so fucking well, dude. Timothy Chalamet's performance was just so fucking awesome. He manipulated you after the first line, and he continues to do it. And yet, you still feel sympathetic for him for some reason, and that is just one of the big, amazing things that this film can somehow make you root for a master manipulator.
Yeah, I mentioned I had 2 10 out of 10s last year. Marty Supreme is the other one. I saw it 2 times within a week. I was really looking forward to it. I love the Safdie brothers. I've been big fans of the Safdie brothers for years, long before they had Oscar recognition. And this one was done just by Josh Safdie. Benny Safdie ended up doing his own film called The Smashing Machine. But I think this film is electric. I think it's the best edited film of the year. One Battle is also very well edited, but when this film ended, I was like, "What? What? No, 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 no! Like, I want more. I want another 2 hours." Like,
Mhm.
I felt like I was in that theater for like 90 seconds. Like, it felt like boom, like it was over, and I was like, "It's ruthlessly entertaining. It's incredible. I think the cinematography is amazing. It sticks in my head. So many images from that. It's paced incredibly. I think it's fantastic. I really love it. I really want Timothy Chalamet to win Best Actor, but unfortunately, he can't help but fucking stick his own foot in his mouth. So it's probably gonna be Michael B. Jordan, but we'll get to that later. But point being, it's amazing. It's my favorite movie of last year. One medal after another's right after it, but I love Marty Supreme. And my grandma for Christmas went to the cinema and got me the cinema poster for it, and it's on my wall right now. So I adore it. I love it.
It's a beautiful poster, man. That was.
It's great.
Also,
I'm
Kevin
sad.
O'Leary wasn't like fucking horrible.
He was great. I mean,
Like he was.
Josh Apty casted an asshole to play an asshole.
Yeah,
Like shocker,
he's
it
a
worked.
great asshole.
Yeah.
I hate giving
Rich
credit.
asshole.
I hate giving credit to people I hate, but I gotta give credit where credit is deserved.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm gonna try to remain spoiler free here, but the ending was beautiful. It's on my letterbox if you want to check it out. But I really like the ending.
Yep.
I thought the ending
is
was
incredible.
perfect. I thought the ending was perfect.
Agree.
And my final rating for it was a 4.5 and a 9 out of 10, and it's very likely to hit my top 10. I think I'm gonna rewatch it and rework my top 10 a little bit since I haven't really updated it in a minute.
Dude, these bitches are gonna start getting the ideas that I like hand 10 out of 10s out like candy. I don't. These are my only two 10 out of 10s for last year. But
does
this
not. He does
also gets a 10 out of 10 5-star rating. I think it's a masterpiece. I love it. To Sinners?
Yep. All right, we've all three seen Sinners, so this will be a little bit more of an in-depth conversation.
All right.
We talked a lot, so we want to let Blake start with
Sure.
the Sinners discussion.
Sure. All right. Yeah, it was a lonely fucking October night when I decided to watch Sinners for the first time. And I'll be honest, Michael B. Jordan at the beginning, like before I watched it, I was skeptical because the last Michael B. Jordan movie I ever watched was in 2014 when he played one of the Fantastic Four members, and it was just god awful.
Oh, it was that. Oh, yeah.
Was that
Was
Fan
with,
Four Stick? Was it that one?
yeah, with
Yeah.
Miles Teller.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's so bad.
I was like, man, I feel like this is gonna be just dog shit, dude. I was so fucking. And so the movie starts, and right off the bat, I'm already intrigued. I was very captured. I thought it was really well shot. I don't know much about the making of the movie, but I will say the cinematography was just beautiful. I love the sets. I love the field they used. I think they were pretty. I thought it was really time accurate, and I love accuracy in movies. I think it just makes them better, personally. And while watching it, I love the way they represented heritage in the movie and how big of a theme that was for it. I thought that was just beautiful and amazing. Like obviously, I think the music scene where they're all jamming in the barn was the best out of all of it. I just thought it was one of the most unique ways I've ever seen like a scene explained where they didn't need to say much for it. I was visually impressed and just everything else impressed when it happened. And I will say, it was a great surprise to see Michael B. Jordan not suck so much ass. That was great. That just felt awesome to watch. Playing two characters separately is like is a fucking hard thing to do in acting. And I think, if I remember correctly, the person who did it the best was James McAvoy in Splice. He played at least seven different people, and he's credited with each one in the movie. So I thought it was really unique the way he played Smoke and Stack. You can very much tell that they're completely different characters, even though they're twins and they're played by, the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, very impressed with the acting, very impressed with the cinematography. The The vampires, I like to think, was a nice add-on, even though that's what the whole story is about. And I just thought it was awesome. The guy, I forgot what his name is. The dude who played the main vampire. Generally creepy.
Jack O'Connell.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
character name was
Jack O'Connell.
Remick. I don't think that was
Yep.
really ever
Yeah,
said.
right. Yeah, generally creepy. Generally like made my ball hair tingle. It was fucking
Scared.
not like David Lynch did, but like
Mhm.
fuck.
This little light of mine.
Yeah,
That-
yeah. I was a sucker for the whole. I was a sucker for the whole thing. I thought it was really great. So yeah. That's my view right there.
Tommy, if you want, you can go next because I feel like I might be like a little bit of a middle ground between you and Blake.
Okay, sure. I'll go with it. When I first looked at this movie, I really liked the time period. I really loved the set design. Cinematography was great, but the real highlight for me was the characters. I really was just fully wanted to know what these characters are gonna go through. I thought that Michael B. Jordan's two characters, which when I first saw it, I was like, "Whoa, this is gonna be kind of weird and distracting." But after about 5 or 10 minutes, it didn't even feel like it was the same person. Like just the characters were so different, but just so intriguing in a way that just made me want to learn more. I thought that Sammy, I think Sammy was the little cousin's name.
Sammy.
Yeah, that one. He did a phenomenal job as like that just like that confused but curious character that really was needed between Smoking Stack. I think it is.
Smoke and stack.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Sorry, really bad with these characters, but I thought that trio was fun. I thought that Slim was one of my favorite side characters. He did a phenomenal job. Delroy Lindo.
Delroy Lindo, nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
He was.
He's arguably number 2 or 3 for who could win behind Sean
I
Penn.
think he deserves it, man. He had an awesome performance.
Agree.
It's really good.
But man, I just couldn't get into the vampires, man. Like I was so into the story. We just got through to like some of the best scenes. Got the characters lined up. We got a good everyone knew that what the problem was going to be with the party, but then boom, vampires. It just came out of nowhere. It almost made me laugh when it happened because it was just so abrupt and it really took me out of the things that I wanted to be focused on. And I thought that's like the issues were absurd. And I know I was like, it's definitely you're supposed to think like, oh, it's not vampires, but it's a symbolic thing. But man, it just came out of nowhere. It just didn't feel realistic at all, and it completely took me out of the experience. Wait, am I able to hear you? Oh, sorry. I saw your thing move, and I was like, "Oh, is he trying to talk?" And I can't hear him. All right.
No, I'm vibing.
And this is just one of my pet peeves in cinema. When you start with the ending, I just can't. Like it just, like the one day earlier time card. I just don't like at all. I just really. Like, it's just one of my pet peeves. Again, like, was a small issue, but it didn't really affect it too much, but it was just one of my pet peeves. But once the vampire started, I was just like, okay, now we went from a very realistic story to a very absurd thing with, like, the clones and, like, the Satan aspect, which, obviously... It's supposed to be symbolic. I understand. This isn't me just being like, "Oh, you didn't understand the story." It completely took me out. And maybe I need a second watch to really go in depth on the symbolic nature of what the vampires are supposed to represent. But man, just in the back of my mind, I was just like, "This is absurd." But overall, really enjoyed the characters. Really liked the acting. I wouldn't. I really liked Delroy Lindo's performance. Michael B. Jordan did phenomenal. The dual acting was very good. Literally did not feel like the same person was playing both characters because they were just so different. The love aspect as the thing that's shared by the three cousins, I thought was a very nice choice. And obviously, my favorite scene is the music scene. Just like the walls falling down, the darkness with the light, the diversity in nature, but music bringing us all together. Just an amazing scene. Love the 10 out of 10 scene, 100%. Actually, I think it's my single favorite scene out of any of the movies I've seen in 2025. But
Agree.
like that single scene was my favorite.
That's a feat of direction. Ryan Coogler
Mm-hmm.
should be applauded for that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand right now with Sinners.
So the weird thing is, like, I almost agree with everything both of you said at the same time. Like, I do think there are so many good aspects to this film, and I like this film. I rated it pretty highly, but I think this is a perfectly good film. It got 16 Oscar nominations, more Oscar nominations than any other film in film history. The previous ones were La La Land and Titanic, which both had 14 nominations. And I just don't see that. I love the first half of this film. It's very atmospheric. It's very slow paced. I like the plot structure where they're just going and collecting all these different people for this juke joint. And at the same time, you're learning all these things about these characters and their pasts. It's a really efficient and interesting and fun way to give off exposition and to build up the characters. But I remember I went to the bathroom when I first saw this, and I walked in, and and I'm just watching the screen as I walk, and I see this fucking like fire person on fire fucking fly from like outer space and smash into the ground. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like I was like, what the fuck? I did not know it was about vampires at all. And it just completely broke my mojo. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? But since then I've rewatched it, and the vampire thing doesn't bother me as much, but I still pretty much feel the same. I think cinematography wise, this looks incredible. However, I do have one issue with it. I own the 4K Blu-ray for this film. Um, and if you're watching this in a non-IMAX format, which is most formats, the aspect ratio in this film flips back and forth constantly. You have these two black bars for most of the film, and when it switches to the IMAX aspect ratio where it fills your whole screen, it's so distracting. You notice it immediately, and it takes you out of the film and makes you want those black bars to be gone because it looks so much nicer, in my opinion, when you can see everything on the screen. So I think that was kind of a sloppy way to execute that. I think something that neither one of you mentioned so far that I really dislike is that there's a post-credit sequence in this film that is a major part of the story. And there are literally millions of people who have no idea that there's a post-credit sequence that is a major part of the story. Have both
I'm
of you
one
seen
of
the
them. I'm one of them.
You didn't see it, okay?
Remember,
exactly.
I joined the gaming thing like right when I was finished with it. Like I closed it out.
Okay, beautiful. So Blake, did you see the post-credit sequence?
I did.
Okay, so that's a good little sample size then. Basically, long story short, Haley Steinfeld's character, Mary, and Smoke or Stack, I forget which one it was, the one that was turned into a vampire. They're both vampires, and they go like 50, 60 years later to see Sammy as this old man in a jazz bar, and they offer to give him immortality. And somehow they survived, whatever. They offer to give him immortality, and Sammy's like, nah, I don't want immortality. That was like the greatest night of my life. That was like the last night I lived. But like, I'm ready to go off Earth. I'm done. I don't got much else. And it's like this really, really critical scene, and I think that is like a structural disaster. I think
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I think that carries over from the fact that Ryan Coogler's directed like 10 Marvel movies. I think it's like, because he directed Black Panther, if you guys didn't know, both Black Panther films, and I think he's an amazing director in that he, especially in that scene that makes me feel like I'm floating out of my chair, where it's going through all these different eras of music, and it's literally one of the best directed scenes of the year, probably my favorite scene of the year. It literally just feels like you're floating out of your chair when you're watching it. It's incredible. He fumbles the bag in other structural areas, like with the post-credit sequence, and I think that's really sloppy. And I love Delroy Lindo. He's amazing. I think he's great. I really love the scene where he's in the car and he is talking about his past and how one of his friends got like lynched, and he like almost like turns it into song. Like he hits a rhythm with this, and it's there's so much passion there, and that was not in the screenplay. That was improvised. I think he's incredible. But I think there's just, I don't know, this film feels clunky. It feels like it should have been edited differently, organized differently. Some of it could have been handled better. The vampire shit, I know there's like a lot of layers to it, and I know what it's supposed to represent. It's supposed to represent like how white people like integrate and absorb black culture. But like it was done weirdly because why an Irish person? I don't get that. Irish people were historically oppressed, and that's even brought up in the film. So like, why use an Irish person when like if you would have used any other group that wasn't oppressed? I don't know. That didn't make sense to me. I'm sure there's an explanation. I'm sure I just not misunderstand. I'm just misunderstanding that. But if I don't get it, me, the asshole of a critic I am, like, I'm sorry, it's too obscure. I don't get it. I don't connect with it. Maybe if I was a black person, I'd connect with it more. I'd understand more what it's going for. I totally sympathize with that. But for me, this film feels clunky. It feels sloppy in a lot of ways. But it has an amazing first half, amazing acting, and probably my favorite scene and the best directed scene of any movie of 2025. That's it for me.
All right, we got
All right.
We got our final rankings here. We'll start with Blake and go in.
So for me, I gave it a 4.5 out of 10. I agree with what you guys say. The editing, it didn't really seem to bother me too much. I guess for me, I was more invested into the story itself that I just ignore those things. Because as I review stuff, I guess I don't look into every single detail after the first watch, and like after the second watch I start to notice, but then they don't bother me as much as they normally would for like say you guys. I understand where that comes from, and I understand how that can be frustrating, but I'm gonna stick to what I'm thinking here, and I'm gonna say 4.5 stars.
It's interesting that you say that too, because like for me, it's like it's not even that I dig deep; it's that I notice it on my first watch and it bothers me. Like it's not even that I'm trying to go out of my way to like find shit to dislike. I just notice it
Right.
and it sticks in my brain.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
just.
I completely get what you're saying.
I'm in the boat of so many amazing things, but just like it's like mainly the vampire stuff in the second act was just it was just like it built up this amazing story and group of characters and it made me so invested, and then the vampire stuff kind of flopped for me. Maybe I need a second watch through where I know that the vampires are coming, and I think it'll benefit me to do that, and eventually I will. The aspect ratio thing, I think I mentioned it in my letterbox. It bothered me, but obviously it wasn't that big of a deal. And my pet peeve of starting the movie with the ending, it's just a pet peeve of just me. I'm gonna stick with my letterbox review. I give it a 3 stars or a 6 out of 10.
And I said pretty much everything I need to say. Great acting. Delroy Rendo's amazing. A lot of great elements in the first half. I think it kind of falls off and completely collapses in the second half. I give this film a 3.5 stars, 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Right.
Are we ready to move on to the final segment, which is my Oscar predictions?
Go for it.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, Oscars is tomorrow. I'm like obsessed with this shit. I love Oscar prediction videos. These two guys, not as much into it, but I'll like burn through the categories that I care about pretty quick. And this will be interesting for people who follow the Oscars a lot. Number one, for Best Picture, I am predicting, and this is predicting, not who I'd vote for, but I'm predicting One Battle After Another. It's going to be One Battle After Another or Sinners. They're in a tight race. One Battle After Another has won pretty much all the precursor awards. It's looking like it has a pretty dominant lead, but there's a lot of passion for Sinners. So I'm going One Battle After Another for picture. For director, I'm going Paul Thomas Anderson. This is basically guaranteed. Even if One Battle After Another loses picture, Paul Thomas Anderson, the director of One Battle, he's going to win Best Director. He's won every precursor ceremony in a landslide. I guess I'll say who I would vote for too in each category. For picture, I'd vote for Marty Supreme. For director, I'd vote for Ryan Coogler, director of Sinners, or Josh Safdie. It's hard to say. I think Ryan Coogler is really great for a few scenes, but Josh Safdie, I love him. So one of those two. For actress, I'm predicting Jessie Buckley. She won literally every precursor ceremony. She's winning in a landslide everywhere. I'd also vote for her. She's undeniable. She's the lead of Hamnet. Actor, I predicted Timothée Chalamet all season. However, again, he could not help but say insane shit. And Michael B. Jordan won SAG, which is a huge precursor, and he won that award right as Oscar voting was happening. I like Michael B. Jordan, but I would vote for Timothy Chalamet. But I'm predicting Michael B. Jordan. But I want to say for you two, this is considered one of the hardest to predict Oscars in years. 3 of the acting categories are in total chaos with different people winning at different precursor categories. So like this is a really interesting Oscars because
That's
of that.
always
But
good. It's always good to have variety and that kind of stuff.
for sure, it makes it more interesting, but it's harder to predict.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the race is between Michael B. Jordan and Timothy Chalamet. I think Michael B. Jordan's going to win. I think Timothy Chalamet is my vote. Supporting actress. I'm the most passionate about this category. Have either of you seen Weapons?
No.
No.
You haven't seen Weapons either, Blake? Damn.
Ew.
So Amy Madigan, she played Aunt Gladys in that film. She's a low nominee. Weapons is not nominated for anything else. It's a race between her, Wumi Musaku, who she plays like the witch character in Sinners, and Teyana Taylor, who plays the mother in One Battle After Another. It's a 3-way race. I'm voting for Amy Madigan. I hope she wins. She's fucking incredible. She's my most passionate category. I'm predicting she's going to win, even though it's like a 3-way tie, basically. And I would vote for her 100%. Supporting actor, I'm predicting Sean Penn. He's won a good chunk of the awards. Also voting for Sean Penn. Original screenplay is absolutely going to Sinners. It's just a very unique film that's number 2 currently to One Battle. So for original screenplay, I think they're going to go Sinners. I would vote for Marty Supreme. Adapted screenplay is definitely going to One Battle After Another. I would also vote for One Battle After Another. Casting, this is a new category. It's for the casting director, the person who goes out of their way to find the actors. I think Sinners is going to win this, specifically for Miles Caton, who plays Sammy. He's like a brand new actor. I don't think he's really ever been in anything, and he is really incredible
Good for
in
him.
this film.
Good for him.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to
was
mention. Yeah. I forgot to mention this earlier, but like I should have given this film Sinners a 10 because like I wish Haley Steinfeld would spit in my mouth. But that's
What the fuck?
international feature. International feature. I'm predicting.
Shut the fuck up, bro. And I predict Dutch Kent to the prison, bro.
Right?
Go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Oh my god, Dutch, you got to be fucking castrated someday. Jesus Christ.
No, I think you guys are the fucking losers, bro. Like I don't know how you couldn't want that, dude. Holy cow!
God.
To die the way he died with Haley Steinfeld, I'd take it. Okay, international feature, I think is going to go to Sentimental Value. It's in between Sentimental Value and The Secret Agent. This is a category where I could lose. It seems like it's kind of 50-50, but Sentimental Value has 4 acting nominations. I think it's going to win. Documentary feature is going to The Perfect Neighbor. Don't really care about documentary that much. Animated feature. Have either of you guys seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
No, but I know it's
no.
massive.
It's going to win. It's like one of the biggest sweepers of the season. It's absolutely going to win. I think it's mid. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's good either. It's going to win animated feature. Cinematography going to One Battle After Another. I believe it's in between Sinners and One Battle for that. I think it's going to One Battle, specifically for that car chase scene. Editing, I think, is going to One Battle After Another. It's paced incredibly for being almost 3 hours long. It's in between Sinners and One Battle for me. I don't think Sinners should have been nominated for editing at all. I think the editing's kind of bad. I think production design, Frankenstein, costume design, Frankenstein, makeup and hairstyling, Frankenstein, all those technical categories. Visual effects is going to Avatar, as it always does when it's nominated. Sound, I'm in between Sinners and F1 the movie. I think it's going to F1 the movie because the cars go vroom, vroom.
Whoa!
Yeah, so I think it's going to win sound.
Whoa!
So that's how little I think of the Oscar voters.
That
I
is-
think they're going F1.
Wait,
Yeah, they're voting
are
for
you
Vroom.
saying like when you start the car, it goes like,
And that gets best sound at the Oscars, apparently.
Ah.
I never knew cars did that, bro. I did not know they did.
Can we get the name of that person that decided that? Or so,
Yeah, bro. Drop the name right now.
I just realized that sounded like a threat. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Can I get the name of the address of that man, please?
Score is going to Sinners, I believe. This is hard because I actually do think the Sinners score is really good. Like the music and that is pretty excellent. It's one of my favorite aspects. Also love the One Battle score. And they didn't nominate Marty Supreme, which is fucking
That's
insane
insane
because
to me.
Marty Supreme has my favorite score of the year. It's like electronic music, and I fucking love it. But
It didn't get
I think
nominated? How many nominees are there?
5, and I don't. They
What?
nominated fucking Frankenstein's score for some reason, like which is dog shit. I think Frankenstein's really bad, and I think its score is like
Oh,
could
that's
have been
kinda
easily nuked.
that's kind of crazy. I love Marty Supreme's.
Me too.
All right, sorry about
Um,
that.
you're good. You're good. Original song is in between "I Lied to You," which is a scene that Sammy Miles Caton sings in that climactic, insane
Yeah.
scene in Sinners,
Oh,
and "Golden" from K-pop Demon Hunters, which is going to win. Yeah.
man.
Couple more documentary short. All the Empty Rooms, pretty sad documentary. Animated short, Butterfly, and live action short, Two People Exchanging Saliva. And that is the list of nominees, or of my predictions. I forgot to say who I'd vote for in half those categories, but whatever. Either way, that's my predictions. We'll see tomorrow night if I'm correct. And if Amy Madigan doesn't win, I am going to do some unspeakable things that will ensure I'm never on this podcast again.
Yeah, be
That's
sure,
it. That's the Oscars.
Be sure,
Oh my
you know,
God.
this comes out the day after, so feel free to Google.
Yep.
Here's a list on the screen of all of Dutch's predictions. We'll go back through next week and see how good they are, or if any big things happen, if any big news happen.
Sounds good.
Okay, hour and a half.
That was an episode for sure.
Hell yeah, action packed. Let us know if you have any other suggestions or ideas for segments or things we can do. Any last notes, whether it's Oscars or Blue Velvet or anything?
I'm good.
I'm ready to give
All
my
right,
recommendation.
here we go.
I'm interested. I've been looking forward to this.
All right, as we know, every week one of us suggests a film, and it is Blake Morgan's turn. So take it away.
All right, fellas. Drum roll, please.
Here we go.
You're a
It's
bitch.
not That's not a drum roll. All right. So the movie I'm recommending for the week is called Demolition, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, directed by Jean-Marc Vallée.
Demolition.
Okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Demolition.
This has a 3.7 on Letterboxd.
Interesting.
Okay, I don't know what to
I watched
expect
this
here.
3.7 is pretty high for Letterboxd,
Yeah.
but oh, the critics I follow. Uh-oh.
We'll give it a chance. I'm going in completely fresh, like I do.
All right, that's hype. I've never even heard of this.
I haven't either.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
If you're following along with us, the film is Demolition. Poster appears on screen. If you don't know how to watch it and you don't have streaming services, I just have one letter for you. R. Thank you.
Naomi Watts is in this. 10 out of 10. I don't even gotta watch it.
That's all I need to know.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I thought it was hot too, but shit. At least I like the movie.
I've been hyped all week to record this, and this episode absolutely delivered. That was pretty good.
That was great.
All
All
right, and with that, any last things before we close her?
Nope. I'm good. Thanks for watching.
Alrighty. Alrighty, be sure all the links in the descriptions to all of their letterboxes, as well as films that they've directed. Blake's directed Mid Detectives, but we've got some films cooking of ourselves. If you guys want to check that out, all of our links are in the description below. Oh man, this is awesome, man. I really do enjoy this podcast a lot.
Me too.
So
Yeah.
maybe we'll be available closer than waiting 8 days, because I'm fucking stingy like that. I'm impatient like that, for real.
Oh, I've never seen Demolition, so
Yeah.
I'll have to actually check this out. I'll probably check it out Monday morning because I'm not going into work Monday because I'm watching the Oscars.
W?
Oh, he's taking a whole day off. For the
Yeah,
Oscars.
I've had vacation time forever. It's like the fucking Super Bowl for me, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right,
Fuck
well,
you, Blake.
thank you guys so much for watching the B-Roll podcast. I'm surprised we survived more than 2 episodes without breaking up.
I hope you have Dutch. Imagine like your kid is being born, but the Oscars are on in 5 minutes.
They
I'll
better
be in
flip
a
that
suit
hospital
for the Oscars
TV.
and pajamas for the fucking birth, bro. I swear to God.
Fucking duality of man right there. That's like what
That
I
situation,
do.
Dutch will be like, "Hey, you better fire up that flat screen to the Oscars right now." All
All
right.
right.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope you have an amazing start to your work week, baby.
Bye.
Woo!
Love you.